Listen, in this season, be very careful of the good people you fumble. I'm gonna
An
say.
avoidant man will fumble you and then stalk you for the rest of your natural life.
Can I describe how bad the regret is for a man that loses a great woman? One that would do pretty much anything and everything that he could possibly ever want.
Today, we're watching TikTok videos of people talking about something that's honestly way too common: men fumbling good women. And it's not because the women are not valuable, it's because some men simply don't know how to handle a good woman. Let me be clear: this behavior is bad, is damaging, and it carries generational consequences, especially for the men who live to regret it. We can't keep saying we want a good woman, we want a good wife, then fumble her the moment we face with growth, accountability, or purpose. When a man mishandles a woman with calling and character, he's not just losing her, he's delaying his own growth and forfeiting his legacy. So let's get into it and see what people are saying on the internet. All this coming soon on Commentary with Mayu.
Can I describe how bad the regret is for a man that loses a great woman? One that would do pretty much anything and everything that he could possibly ever want. And here's the thing about regret, right? These guys really don't show regret. It's much like every other emotion outside of anger. They just choose to suppress it. And what they'll do is, more often than not, if they are chasing after another woman, or if they've been talking to another woman, they lost you because they were doing something they weren't supposed to do. They'll suppress all of this, right? They have tunnel vision, and that's pun intended, on these new women, on whoever it is that he is actively involved with, right? But it's not until he finds himself alone, whenever these women figure out who and what he is, or they're all done with him for other options, when that man circles back around, that's when you may see a little bit of regret. And even then, a lot of the times, enough time has passed that he really doesn't feel regret. He kind of just feels like he can slip right back in there and occupy his time with you and maybe feed you enough lines to where you will believe that he is actually sorry or that he's changed. Now, when the man is not with you, okay, and he's out actively pursuing all these other women, this is what you got to understand. These men are not out here changing their mindsets, right? If he's gone for 3 months and he's out chasing Betty Lou Who over here, he is not trying to work on anything that he is going to promise you when he comes back. I've been out. I'm really a changed person. He hasn't changed anything. I'm just going to be honest with you.
When you lose access to a woman who really fuck with you at some point, it's usually because she has something that was really big to her that you treated like a very small thing. And that's how a woman goes from talking to you all day, every day, to not looking at you at all as somebody who can fix these problems that she has. And they really are small things, but they turn into big things if you don't approach it with any type of immediacy. So the moment that it's addressed, you need to approach it as if it's a big thing. Don't let it turn into something that it don't have to turn into. And that's the type of shit that I have a woman never fuck with you again, because after a while, she'll look at you as somebody who cannot fix these little ass issues that she needs fixed. It's like, what are you really there for? Don't be that guy.
Men fumble the women that ask for things that cost nothing, like time, attention, affection, honesty, communication. Like, that may seem like it's too much to ask, but in a world full of begging females today, if you have that type of female that's asking for things that money cannot buy, and you fumble her, you will regret it. You will miss her, I promise you will. It may seem like too much now, but when she's not there to ask for it anymore, you will see, I promise.
I think it's so funny when a guy fumbles a really good girl and he just acts all nonchalant about it, like it doesn't faze him. And I'm just like heartbroken for you, bro. Like, you really fumbled a dime piece that I don't even know why I was dating you in the first place. And then you somehow managed to fuck it up and end up back on your own, which you're going to find out later real fast that was the best you could ever get.
Girl, let that man fumble you. Let him fumble you. You don't need no explanation. You don't need to understand why. Just let him fumble you. And the thing is, a lot of times we get wrapped up because it was so perfect. It looked so in alignment. But baby, at the end of the day, it's only as in alignment as it is consistent. If it's inconsistent, then that's not for you. You feel me? So let that man fumble you. I know for those of us who are empathetic and who are lover girls at heart, it's really hard to understand why
somebody would choose to fumble you. I mean, you've done the work. You're an amazing catch. You love God. You bought your money. You in your bag. You're doing all these amazing things. So like, you just don't understand why dating sometimes just doesn't turn out the way that you expected. But at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge the fact that people have autonomy. They're allowed to choose what works best for them. And sometimes what works best for them is not choosing you. And ultimately, that means that it works best for you because you only want somebody who's going to choose you, not just today, but every day. So let that man fumble you. Don't be mad, girl. It's okay. I'm telling you, I know this is for somebody, but it is okay for people to fumble you because at the end of the day, you only want people that are present who want to be there and who want to be there for the long haul. I love you. Take care of yourself.
If you got a good woman, do not let her go. I don't care how much she getting on your nerves. I don't care how much she nagging or complaining, which I'm not saying you should be with a woman that's nagging or complaining. But she's loyal, she's cooperative, she's on your team, and she's one of your biggest supporters. Do not let go of that woman because it is shit out here. She's a great woman. She's a loving woman. She's a caring woman. Hold on to her, hold her down, support her, and be the best man that you can be for that lady. There are an abundance of good women out here, but you're going to have to go through so much bullshit to find another one. So if you got a good one, hold her down, treat her good, and don't disrespect her, bro. It's not worth it.
Somebody I looked up to told me one day, if he could rewind time back, he would have never cheated on a woman that he wanted to be with at that time. Now, this man get a lot of women's attention, a lot. And he said as a young man, he couldn't control himself. Every woman that was throwing it at him that was fine, he was taking it. And sometimes he would cheat on the girl that he was with, and not that he done, he'll literally start thinking to himself, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? So he said he started feeling bad, and then he didn't want to talk to the girl. And then when he got home, he just felt like something was eating at him. He said over the time, he wasn't getting caught, so he started getting number and number and number to the feeling. Until one day, she called him up. And that one day cost him everything. The crazy part about it, he wasn't even married. He was so hurt that the decision that he made took him away from his family. He said, man, I messed up, man. I had a woman that was a good woman. She cooked, she cleaned, she respected me. She did everything I wanted a woman to do as a young man. He said when he was in his early 20s cheating on that young lady, that was the dumbest thing or the dumbest mistake he ever made. And this the part that blew my mind, right? He said when she found out she was hurt, she didn't want to talk to him. He said they started talking again because they had a child together. But she quickly turned her feelings off. He said he would go to her saying that he was sorry and think that things could change, they can get back together. But every single time he said he's sorry, she says, I know, and I forgive you. I just hope you find the person that you're looking for. He said every woman that he done dealt with from that point on, the way she carried herself, the way she stood on business, and she told him while they was dating, before they had a child, if you play with me once, you will never have a chance to play with me again. And that one time, he never got a chance to do it again. He said on the day of her wedding night, he cried because it hurt him so bad to see her walk down the aisle with a good guy. He said, so Lil Sean, if you ever get you a good woman and she good to you, you make sure you stay home and do everything in your power to keep that relationship going. And if she do right by you and you do right by her, it won't be hard to do it. Moral of the story is, that good woman for life is not worth losing for that good moment for the night. This was your warning before destruction. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think in the comments.
When a man fumbles a good woman, he will carry that shit in his chest till the day he dies. And I got a masterclass in this when I was just 9 years old, and I witnessed my stepbrother fumble the woman of his dreams, the one that got away. And I think he was about 20 at the time, but this woman, my God, she was the kind of woman that fit the description of any R&B song from the early 2000s. She was all that. I will never forget at the Christmas gathering how many people pulled him aside and was like, you better marry that one. She's incredible. And what did he do? He shit the bed. I think he even cheated on her. And the thing is that I ended up catching up with him probably 5 or 6 years ago because my dad ended up divorcing his mother. And I asked him about it. I was like, what happened there? And I will never forget what he said to me. When you're young, you think that every woman is going to be like that. And he said, that is one regret that I will have for the rest of my life. I wish I could just take her to dinner and apologize for what an asshole I was. And the thing is that now he's married and he has kids, and I already know that he has put his wife through so much more than the one that got away. And so I want you to really get through your head that the reward for putting up with nonsense is more nonsense. After that breakup with that woman, his life went downhill. But that woman, the one that got away, she got her degree. She bought a house in her mid-20s. Last time I checked, she's traveling the world. So it's far better to be the one that got away than the one who stayed and who he chained for.
One thing I really, really strongly believe in, the presence of a woman in a man's life is a blessing. And when he fumbles a really good woman and God takes her away from him, that's his most painful lesson. Like the amount of times I've seen a man be blessed with a woman, with God bringing this beautiful angel woman into their lives to help them level up and become better. And he completely wastes the opportunity, drags her through the mud, and then finally, for whatever reason, the relationship ends. What almost every time happens afterwards is she comes out of it, she's in excruciating pain, but she moves on, she heals from it, and literally becomes even more of an angel and even more leveled up. Like, have you ever seen a woman go through a breakup and not level up? No, that doesn't exist. I'd argue breakups are like some of the best things that can happen to a woman, because she will be the most evolved version of herself when she comes out of it. But a man, God, I've seen breakups destroy a man. I've seen men losing the best woman absolutely destroy him, where his life does not get better. God no longer brings him blessings into his life because he didn't earn it. He fumbled the blessing God sent him, and God's not going to send another one. Not till you grow, not till you learn. And a lot of the times, they take a really long time to do that. And so you see so many men have their quality of life go down for a really long time. I've seen men be at rock bottom for years because they fumbled this angel that came into their lives. And I think that's a really great lesson for men and women. When you fumble a blessing that was sent to you, God's not going to send you another one for a while. Why would he? Imagine you were a parent, you got your child a brand new toy that was really expensive because you wanted to reward them, and they break it like the first day that they get it. You're not getting them another one. You're going to have them learn their lesson to appreciate and take care of the things that are given to them. And I see the same with men and women, and fumbling something really good for you.
I've never seen a man fumble a good woman and have a good life. Like, I've just never seen it. And honestly, I want to be proven wrong. But every time God, let's say, blesses a man with a really good woman, like an angel. That's not perfect, but she wants to. She wants to try. She wants to be there for you. She's supporting you. She's thinking about your goals and dreams. She wants to build a life with you. And you fumble her, or you cheat on her, or you don't appreciate her. And then you lose her. Let's say you break up with her, she breaks up with you. I've just never seen men come back from that. Like, when they get that blessing and they like lose it, God takes a while to bless them again, because a lot of times, a lot of men don't understand that favor that you're getting on your life is because you have a good woman next to you, either praying for you, pushing for you, working with you, making sure that they're grinding with you, seeing where you're failing so they can come in and try to help you out. But when you lose that woman, or you push them to the point where they no longer even want to try anymore, the comeback is hard. Like, it's really hard for you to come back from that. And I haven't seen many men like fumble good women and come back from it fast. Like, I've seen it take years, months, where it's like their quality of life was one way with this woman, and they were living this life. They were living this great life where they're making the money they love. They're, dressed for success. They look amazing. They feel amazing. They start feeling themselves. They start feeling like, like they don't need that woman. They need to get a better woman. They need somebody that looks better. They need somebody that does more. And then they end up fumbling the gift that God gave them. And then they think, oh, I just got to get it back on my grind. No, you lost your favor, because your favor was with the person that you were with that was praying for you, that was fighting for you. And then you mess with that person's heart, or you broke their heart, or you broke their trust. And now you need to go learn that lesson. So you have to go change. You have to go get better before God can bless you with another blessing like that. He has to see that you can handle it, because the first time he blessed you, you lost it. So I would really, really encourage people to really think about that. Like, you guys can say it in the comments. Like, have you ever seen a man like lose a really good woman, like somebody that was really rooting for them, and they come back from it fast?
Ladies, here's a little secret. And fellas, you can back me up because this is 100% true. 8 months down the line, dudes will think about in great detail how bad they fumbled you back in the day. And they really think about, like, how can I go back and redo everything that I messed up on? Go ahead, go ask any one of your BFFs, man. I'm serious. They be thinking about the same girl they be fumbling 8 months ago. You heard it here first.
Nothing kills me more than when a guy fumbles a bomb girl. Like, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's classy, she has everything. Like, she's just a perfect girl. And then this guy dogs her. Like, did you know that was your wife? Like, that was your wife. That was the girl. Like, she was the girl. I just, oof, it pains me. It pains me for him, not for her, though, because she's going to get hers, okay?
When a man fumbles a good woman and he knows that he fumbles a good woman, trust me, this goes with him for the rest of his life. No matter if he's in a new relationship, if he's married, if you're the one that got away, he's thinking about you all the time. And if he knows that he fumbled you, this guy will try to hit you up every week, every month, every year, still trying to get you back. Women, you tend to stay longer than you should because you think that his behavior is going to change. Even if you decide to marry this guy, his behavior is never going to change until you actually walk the fuck away. And 9 times out of 10, you don't realize it, but walking away is actually a blessing. If he shows you who he is, you have to believe that man the first time he shows you. And there's no reward for staying and putting up with bullshit. It's just you get more bullshit. The biggest lesson to learn is when to walk away. I've created a book on walking away from him and attracting better men. It's helped hundreds of women already. Go snag my book above. You can download it right here.
One thing about fumbling good people, losing somebody that had good energy, reliable, always been there for you, just outright genuine, oh, that shit gonna hurt when you lose them. Cause it don't come, it ain't that accessible out here. How you think it is, people think the grass is green on the other side. It can even be friendships. You do some little weird shit and lose a good person, oh, you gonna feel that shit. Because genuine people don't come every day. It's like a crackhead chasing that first high. They gonna spend their whole life trying to find somebody to replace you, just to realize that you was rare. So if somebody did you wrong, or crossed you, backdoored you, or just switched up and got weird on you, oh, they gonna feel that shit in the end. But you don't switch up. You remain that genuine person that you are. Your blessings gonna always flow for being you. Straight up.
I don't know, y'all might not like me for this, but I'ma say it. Okay, the biggest thing you can do, the biggest L you can take is fumbling your man while he's trying to get his shit together. I'm not talking about a bum ass nigga, okay? I'm not talking about one of them. I'm talking about a man who genuinely has a plan, who knows where he's going, okay? He might not have it all together, but he's on his way there, okay? And the worst thing you could do as a woman is fumble that shit, okay? Yeah, I know. Oh, it's a give and take holding the man down because there's no guarantee that he'll still be there once he get on his feet or get to where he wants to be at. That's why you have to go for character, okay? Choose your man with a good character. Fuck how they look. Fuck how much money they got. You better get you a nigga with some character. Cause hear me out. Y'all be quick to hold a nigga down while he in jail. Like niggas be locked up 8-9 months. Oh babe, I ain't going nowhere. This pussy yours. This shit don't lie. Daughter this, daughter that. Can't nobody fuck with me. Let a man try to get his shit together. You ain't paying my bills. You ain't doing this. I can't fuck with you. Like, yo, you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles and choose wisely, okay? Get a man with some good character, and you ain't got to worry about it. You'll be set for life. You don't have nothing. Lock in with that man. If he doing what he supposed to do, lock in. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm just a messenger. I don't know.
Listen, in this season, be very careful of the good people you fumble. I'm going to say that again. In this season, be very careful. I'm talking about extremely careful about the people that you fumble. Man, people just fumbling good people left and right. They fumbling good people over misunderstandings. They fumbling good people over pride. They fumbling good people over confusion and drama, right? But in this season, I pray that you don't let nobody fool you and trick you out your spot, right? Because people will trick you out your spot and make you and allow you and get in your head and make you fumble a good person. I'm telling you, a lot of times people can recognize when you got something good in your life, right? And they'll help you fumble it. They'll recognize that you got a good woman in your life. They'll recognize that you got a good man in your life. They'll recognize that you got some good parents. And you know what? Misery loves company. And what they'll do, they'll get in your head. They'll get in your ear. They'll get to whispering and make you fumble that good person in your life, huh? In this season, I'm telling you, if you got somebody good in your life, the worst thing you can do is fumble them. The worst thing you can do is fumble them, because good people are hard to find. Solid, loyal people are hard to find. People that's gonna stick with you through the good and the bad, gonna pick up the phone when you need them. I'm telling you, if you fumble a good person in your life in this season, shame on you.
Men will fumble you and then be the first viewer and liker for the rest of your existence. Okay, we'll ruin everything on a Wednesday, hit send on a dumb text, and next thing you know, we're watching your stories like we're waiting on our court decision. You know, you post a blurry pic of a latte in your kneecap, and we're zooming in like we're a forensic detective. Is that a new guy's knee? Is that a growth and healing I see? You know, we don't necessarily want you back. We just want to know that you're suffering a little. Like, yeah, we broke up in November, but now it's May and you're already glowing in 6 months. We figured you'd be in shambles at least a few decades. You know, this realization is our punishment. We're not stalking. We're staying updated. You know, we just want to know what's going on. So, yeah, we fumbled you, but we'll be there every post, you know, every story, the rest of the way. That little one viewer you always see, it's us. Liking, lurking, and living with deep regret. We'll be 47, married to someone else, and still watching your story like, man, she really made it. Yeah, she did, bro. She did. And you're still here watching.
An avoidant man will fumble you and then stalk you for the rest of your natural life. And you want to know why? Because when you're close, you become a threat to his independence and his autonomy. But when you finally walk away for the last time, you become the phantom ex, the one he romanticizes. You become the silent standard that no other woman can ever live up to. But Ale, why didn't he fight for me? Why didn't he chase me? Because avoidants live by one mantra, and it is this: if I never allow myself to feel too deeply, then I'll never be hurt too badly. So he sabotages, not because he doesn't care, but because control feels safer than vulnerability. And losing you was the price he was willing to pay to stay in control, because at least then it was on his terms. So now he stalks you at 2 a.m. from a burner account, just so he can feel close to the kind of woman he knows only comes around once in a lifetime, because missing you silently feels safer than admitting to himself that he lost the only thing that ever felt real. So stop wondering if he regrets it. He does, but regret is not the same as growth, and missing you is not the same as showing up and treating you right.
So, what's the solution to all of this? Now that we've seen this video, here are 3 things that I want all of us to think about. 1. A good woman is not proof of your worth. She's a test of it. This means you are given an opportunity to rise, to lead, to protect, and to grow as a man. And how you treat her reveals your maturity and character. 2. If you're not ready to cover her, don't uncover her. Biblically and emotionally, to cover means to protect, to lead, and care for a woman. If you've not prepared for that responsibility, don't try to have sex and pursue intimacy with her. 3. Love without growth is just comfort, and comfort won't build legacy. Being with someone just because it feels good or because it's easy is not enough. In this generation, legacy requires intentional growth emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. If you know someone who's fumbling a good woman right now, talk to them. And if that someone is you, pause, reflect, and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Because when you lose a woman with purpose, you don't just lose love, you lose alignment. If this video made you pause, hit that like button. If you want to share something, drop it in the comment. And if you want more conversation like this, subscribe to Commentary with Mayu, where we don't just watch the culture, we challenge it. See you next time.